Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker. And today we're going to be unboxing this month's ALC Avery Lane. Oh, it's not Avery Lane. No, Avery Lane Creations. Goodness gracious, I had it right. Yarn box. But before we do that, so this is going to be going up on Thursday. This is not my usual Thursday content. I really want to get this skeined up and start playing with it. So that's part of the reason why we're going to go ahead and do this as a Thursday video. There will not be a Saturday video, unfortunately, so that means no show and tell this week. I have some fun stuff that I'm going to be doing over the next couple days, and I'm not going to have time to film anything. And I'm just barely able to get this squeezed in today. But next week, I promise we'll have, some extra long chit-chatty time. I will tell you what I've been up to. So when this goes live on Thursday evening, I will be doing fun stuff. Anyway, so the whole point of the video, the Avery Lane Collections monthly subscription box. So we got January's box, but not February's box. As I said before, in January's unboxing, Nikki is being sweet enough to send this to me for the purpose of review. So we're going to roll with it because I get to play with some really pretty stuff, and I get to share with you guys some really pretty stuff. It's a fruit punch sip fizz. Did not quite expect the... I ate lunch and then brushed my teeth. So now I have a citric acid right after brush. It's the orange juice. And anyway, Anyhoo, what we're doing. Focus, Carrie, focus. I'm so excited. I'm excited about what I'll be doing. And I'm super duper excited with what I'm sharing. All right. So I realized when I got the tracking for this month's box, I never showed you guys in the show and tells what I made with the first box from January. And there is a legitimate reason for that. It is, I don't know how to finish it. In my head, I want to do the pattern and the way the pattern finishes it. But you'll see in a second. So last month we got, or January, we got a beautiful, beautiful skein of yarn. And it's in Hummingbird Hues, DK weight. I got a coupon code for 15% off my next order. A very sweet note from Nikki. A sticker. Chapsticks. Chick-a-boop. We got a truffle. Lindor truffle. And a yarn chicken enamel pen. So, our total value last month was $51.50. This is the color of the yarn. This is that Hummingbird Hues. And I want to show you guys this project. Okay, the name of this is called Stitch Music by C.J. Brady Designs. This is a gorgeous pattern. I will try to remember to link this. If I don't, it will be in Show and Tell 143, I think is the next one for next week. Because I've now set a deadline. I have to decide how to finish this. This is the problem. This is what it looks like blocked out. And to me, you know me, I love me some shawls. I think this is a beautiful little shawlette. And when I go to church, I like to have something, especially in the summer when it's too hot to wear cardigans and jackets outside. I like to have, wear sleeveless dresses and just have something to toss over my shoulders. Now, it's a little short for that, I will admit, because it wasn't made to be a shawl. But I just like the way it looks. And we did get a mini skein to go with this, and it's still sitting on my desk. I decided to not use it. And it for no particular reason. But I was also thinking, if I keep it as a shawlette, I can very easily just use this as a little cowl, you know, just to pop on, you know, wear it like a little, and I can let my little picot shine here on the side, and you can still see the difference in the lace patterns. But how this is written to be and why I have a 3-foot string sitting here is you work this short triangle, and what you're supposed to do is overlap the back and do it as a cowl like this. The problem is I absolutely love it both ways, but I want to have a finished, this is what it is. So this is, you know, I blocked this and everything. I had this finished for a while. Obviously I probably now had it done for a month now, but I keep looking at it thinking, I don't know how I want to finish it. And I kind of want to take it with me for the next couple days. So I have to decide. And this is why I haven't shared. But how beautiful, like I've said before, one of the huge draws, I think, to this box versus some of the other subscription boxes that I've done with the independent dyers is Nikki does focus on crocheters and hand-dyed yarn. And I will be honest, once again, I mean, I love a good watercolor looking yarn. Pippin is now howling at my door. I think this is absolutely stunning. I mean, you can, up against the black, how pretty that is. I mean, definitely this crocheted beautifully. And this is a crochet pattern. It's super, super easy. And I'm about to crochet a big shawl identical to this, except it's going to be a shawl. And I'm going to use the mandala cakes for the prayer shawls I've been working on. So like, love the pattern. Absolutely adore how this yarn worked into the pattern. It crocheted beautifully. Like, we knew the base was going to crochet beautifully, but the colors, I mean, there's no pooling, there's no flashing, anything like that. Everything just melded beautifully in the lace stitch. It worked great with the V-stitch. It worked beautifully with this open cubic stitch, which it's not a fillet stitch. It's different, but it worked beautifully with that. So like, definitely in love. Definitely in love with the project. The yarn project combo, I have to admit, I did really good at picking a pattern for this January box, but now I'm stuck as to how to finish it because I love it every single way. But I can always make it again. And that's what I keep thinking is, well, why don't I go ahead and do it as a cowl and then make it again? Because it was fun to make. It's very easy to make. Sorry, I'm very thirsty now. I don't know why every time I come down to film, like all of a sudden it's like, that's when I'm going to get thirsty. It's probably the talking, actually. So anyway, I'll put month 1 stuff back in its box so I don't dislocate it, would be wrong, but that's also kind of right. I don't want to lose it. On to this month. So I have not done a price breakdown for this as of filming. If I have time as of editing, I will put numbers on the screen or do a magic into the video screen. But month 1, we did have a total overall savings of 25%. And like I said, with the indie boxes, I don't expect that as much as I do with the larger company brand boxes. It's not feasible to expect that huge of a discount. Let me go get Pippin real quick. Okay, so I went and got him, held him, started filming, and then he started just like climbing over everything and screaming. So we're going to start filming the second section of this. Maybe one day I'll do an outtakes thing. I'll just start saving all the little outtake bits and I'll do a compilation of those, and I try to be semi-professional. It does not work. At least behave semi-professionally. So, before we get to unboxing March's box, this does come with the option of 3 different weights. You choose your weight. You have sock, DK, and worsted weight. You can choose the single skein box for $39 a month plus $4 shipping, or the premium box, which is 2 skeins, and it says there is a premium member extra bonuses, and that's $71 a month, and I plus $6 shipping. I did have my notes last month. All right. Focus on Crochet. I will leave her Nikki's YouTube channel in the description box down below. Also, I forgot to mention last time, and it was the one that I really wanted to make sure I mentioned. Not that I didn't want to mention her personal channel, but her and Cheryl from Yarnable, and you guys know my obsession with my Yarnable, they also do a podcast called Maker's Gonna Make. And that is a very interesting podcast. So definitely I will try to remember to link that as well. If it takes me till Monday, be patient. But I promise I will get it together. Anyway, this month. So like I said, I do not have my math written out. Hopefully I will have time to math the screen or put an end screen up with the totals for this month. But I wanted to get this out. Otherwise it was going to be another week. And that's just not fair. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to me. Because I got to sit here and look at this yarn know that this yarn exists and I'm not doing anything with it until I got this filmed. So we're filming first and then hopefully have time to math. All right. Let's just get everything out of the cello first. That way. This month it was shipped in a bag instead of a box, which I don't care either way. I like the bags just because I do kind of feel like they're a little bit less wasteful. However, I can easily recycle the boxes. So, yeah. But I do like the bags. And I do like the fact that there's the shipping bag. And then there was an interior cello bag, which does keep the yarn a lot cleaner. I don't know if you guys have had the problem with the mailer bags popping or melting. That does actually really, I like the inner packaging. I've said it with other companies when they do a bag inside their boxes to protect the yarn just in case the box gets wet. So we have lots of little things here. So first off, we have a skein coat. And if you guys aren't familiar, this is a, I've seen them called skein wrappers. I've seen them, there are a couple different names. I like skein coat because there's also some not so G-rated names for them, which are also funny and appreciated, but family-friendly channel. But this is absolutely beautiful fabric. What do you say? I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. This is by Precious Knits Shop. I did take just a second to see what she charges, and I believe it was $7.95. But for the most part, most of these, especially when it's the fully done tube, fully finished tube, they tend to run closer to $10 for these, that between $7 and $10. The ones that are just serged on one side and an open edge, those do tend to be a little bit cheaper, but I'll be honest, they don't hold up very well. I've made a couple myself, and the raw edge, even on the knit fabric, it just stretches too much and it starts to curl in. So you need to make them almost just as long as you would if you were doing a fully finished donut tube. Geometrically, what is that called? Where it's, and then it's also closed. Huh. Anyway. Love this. Love this, love this. Love this, love this. Hopefully I will remember to stick this back down here when I go to do a wrap-up review for this box, because this will actually be used with the project and then will probably be immediately put into another project. So I do like me a good, some sort of corralling for my cakes once I cake everything up. We have a tea. I'm always pro tea. Jasmine green tea. Absolutely yummy. Yummy, yummy. I haven't tried this brand, but I do like a good green tea. So this is from Idaho Tailor Made. Idaho is in the state. And this is a tag for your finished object. Or for a bag. That would be really cute stitched on a bag. Just saying, project bag. This month on my card, I did get a $5 off coupon code, and I did not scratch for my code. There is the same like shop and share coat. I have the one more thing. Okay, yeah, I'm not missing anything. Had to double check. So we also got a candle. This one is a rose patchouli vanilla candle, and this is by Freedom Creator. Freedom Creators Co. Okay. It's got some rose petals there in the top. And the patchouli smell is very strong. I'm not going to lie. Like, you can definitely smell patchouli. But you have that, like, the predominant scent is patchouli. And then underneath it, you have this very, like, creamy smell. And that would be the rose and particularly the vanilla. But it's a distinctly feminine patchouli scent instead of being that, like, musky, deep, masculine to unisex kind of smell. That creaminess on the underside just really makes it softer, and it gives it more of a spiced, like, wood and spice smell versus like musk. Patchouli's weird because I love it, but can't always smell it. It depends on how it's blended, and I do really like this. It is a very unique scent. Definitely like this scent. So, I don't have my notes on, I know those tags, these, you can start getting those at about $1.50. Candles are expensive, yo. And I don't have, no. I've gotten candles before in this size, and they're not, I mean, once again, like I said, they're simply not cheap. You can get cheap ones for about $3 in this size. $5 I think is about average, but I've seen them as much as $10 depending on what they're made out of. And I think this is this is beeswax, coconut oil, and essential oils. So beeswax, not cheap. Definitely not cheap. So $30. Oh, yarn. I didn't show you the yarn, you guys. So once again, absolutely love it. This is definitely another watercolory yarn, which just speaks to my soul and makes me so happy. So this one is called Dirty Little Secret, which would go along with the not so G-rated name for skein coats too. Just saying. So while similar, because it is a watercolory and it is once again a cool color palette, this is very green compared to the one I got in January. And the blue in this is that very, very cerulean-y. So we've got a lot more aqua and purple here. And this has got this, there's like some emerald, and then there's some, like, it fades into kind of a minty tone almost. We've got some of that fuchsia. I love this just like, whah, of blue. But the best part of this is where we pick up this copper and gold in certain sections. That's what makes yarn interesting. The initial, like, look at this, especially when it's twisted up. I mean, it's green with colors. You would say it's like variegated with greens, or it's, you know, some sort of green colorway. But then when you actually look at it, while green is very predominant in there, there's a lot of blue, a lot of that magenta, the fuchsia color that turns into magenta and turns into purples throughout. And then you get this hit of blue. And then down here, it's kind of mixed in down here, but you have like the hits of gold mixed in. So I can't wait to see how this works up. Once again, I am going to make a concerted effort to do another crochet pattern with this and keep with one of the things that makes this a fairly unique subscription box here in our creative space. There were multiple colorways. Once again, there is a super secret members only Facebook group, which is a lot of fun. I do enjoy seeing. There are some makes. We do get sneak peeks of the dye pot. You know, like that's what I'm totally going for. But it's a lot of fun to be in the Facebook group and see what she has cooking. She asks questions about things like what we would like to see in the boxes. Is there anything we're kind of a little bit more on? But yeah, I have talked to Nikki a couple of times, and she, like I said, had reached out to me to see specifically if I would be willing to review her subscription box. So she already knew like how I look at things, how I break things down. And I do have to say, one of the other things I do really appreciate with everything we've gotten in here. Sorry, I didn't mean to slide y'all back in center here. When you open your box or your bag or whatever it is, you're not getting stuff that you feel like is utterly useless. I mean, a pen is a pen, but it's a, I mean, how could you not? It's Yarn Chicken. And you don't need a pen every month. You don't need something like that every month, but everything in here is very well thought out and planned. Everything kind of has a little theme with the chicken poop chapstick and then the Yarn Chicken pen. We've got a very watercolory yarn, and my skein coat perfectly matches my yarn, which I'm a sucker for. And then even with the scent here, I mean, this is a very springtime scent, but isn't so like high note it's going to give you a migraine. It's like that right in the middle, that perfect little kiss to it. Everything in this has been very well thought out and planned to give you enjoyment in creating. You've got a little tea this month. You had a little chocolate back in January. You get the joy of creating and the extras that just give you that little something special while you start this project and can continue using. And they're not things that are going to clutter your space or clutter your view. They're actually things you're going to use. And that's something I really enjoy, the thoughtfulness with what I'm seeing in the extras. And I know a lot of that is Nikki is taking a lot of time to actually ask her subscribers what they think. What are they thinking as far as, are they enjoying what they're getting? Are they enjoying what they're seeing? So being able to have your voice heard and get input, I think, is a very important thing. And I'm seeing it in the quality and usefulness, the utility of what we're getting. And like I said, I'm always a fan of getting durable things, things that are going to be used more than once. We've got a single-use product out of our yarn, but every project I do, I can now use the skein coat to carry it on. I might only get, one use, obviously, out of the patch, but I still have something that's going to carry on. So I really appreciate the thoughtfulness in this. I have not picked a pattern for this yet. I've only had it in my hot little hands for about an hour. So I am going to go ahead and get this caked up and start looking for patterns. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. I will have made a decision by the end of the night of, is this going to just stay flat? Or am I going to go ahead and sew it together? As written is so perfect, and I can always come back and make another shawl. I don't need another shawl, but technically I don't need another cowl either, but the decision will be made before this video goes up, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd let you guys tell me. I just like the way that hangs. It's so pretty. And it's different. Where I've got my tail hanging out there, it keeps getting caught. It hangs differently than if I wear it like that. So, the decision will be made, and I will share it next week. Like I said, that should be, I think, show and tell 143. But once again, thank you so much, Nikki. I absolutely love this month's yarn. I already told you how much I love January's yarn and January's box. I cannot wait to see what happens with this month's yarn. But you guys, please take care of yourselves. As always, I love you, and I look forward to seeing you guys real soon. Bye, guys.